Now, let me give you an advice. I know there's a lot of people out there coming into the breed. They see these guys that are young, some of them are old, and everyone has a kennel name. The word kennel name is something that really was created to get rid of the purpose of Dogmen, to hide the fact that the person is not a real Dogman. And so they created this word, they started to use, they didn't create, they started to use this word called Dogman, kennel. Because as a Dogman, if you look at Carver, say, what's your name? He don't say, I'm Carver Kennels. He says, I'm Carver. And real Dogmans didn't have like, oh, want to buy a dog? Yeah, let me talk to my partner kennel. It's like, let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my boyfriend. Let me talk to whatever. That's not how it really should work. It should work, you're a Dogman. You make a real great decision. By the time you call somebody to do something, you're ready to go. You're ready to rock and roll. You already make everything. But these window shoppers, there's a lot of feminine movements around this whole thing of kennel. When I see somebody that has a kennel name, I see weakness. The man really don't have a name for himself. So he call himself Kennel. So they come back and they make these like ideas out of the space kennels. Fantasy of a strength kennels. I am super weak, but I want to be called the powerful kennels. When you have a name, your name has strength. And you start to build this name with legacy, because you're doing great things and you're earning the right and you're doing all these things that are making you great. But being a kennel is not a Dogman. I believe that being a kennel is more related to being a puppy peddler. You know, being a peddler is being a kennel. And I bring in some dogs that somebody else bred. You know, we all started somewhere. I started somewhere. I just did my work better than other people. I selected the right dogs from the right bloodlines, and within the bloodline, the better dogs. But one thing that I was able to do is that I pick very well. I don't think that anybody can pick a dog better than me, for sure. I'm telling you, listen to me. I was a rookie, and the rookie of the millennial, and I picked Bruno Boy, the grand champion. And I started my first dog. Nobody ever. You ask anybody, what was your first dog? I started with a street dog. So from the very beginning, I showed that I was like really great. Now, having an eye to pick a dog is important. And it's a tool that God gave it to you. A lot of people pick some dogs because they have some experience by looking here, looking there, and they have an idea on things that you're looking for. But when you have a gift, it's different. It's different. And so, kennel is the weakest link. Whenever somebody calls a kennel, I'm whatever, kennels, whatever. The more fancy the kennel, like, you know, there used to be a guy that used to go by the name of Evolution Kennels. It sounds like technological, like scientifical. Like this guy knows how the progress is going from these monkey and evolution process to becoming the man, like the Darwin theory, going like this and become Da Vinci, something special. The guy turned out to be a puppy peddler. Just a puppy peddler. The guy himself never did nothing. But killed the father of the mainstay dog that he brags about. The mother that cooked under the sun. And the father of my best dog, or the best dog that I started my bloodline with, Awesome Buck. That dog literally got frozen to death. Same guy. 3 dogs, but those 2 I tell you, one is frozen, the other one cooked. Imagine, never create a single grand champion, never create anything. And the career of the one dog that is supposed to be like, grand champion, is not even a grand champion, he's only a champion. So these pretentious stuff about being somebody, calling yourself a kennel name, is a fake stuff. Kennels names are fake. Somebody that breeds dogs in a neighborhood, he has the best intentions. And these best intentions are not enough, but the person wants to breed some dogs. So much. There's some people that will want to get some of those dogs, and they settle for less, and so for them it's good. And he called himself a kennel name. But in the American Pitbull Terrier, everyone that calls himself a kennel name is an enemy of the breed. You look at Cordino's sign that says Staffordshire Terriers, whatever. Those were very confusing times. A lot of times you have to break movement that's going around the world into concept. And when you break it into concept, which is a very difficult thing to do, I'm a master of breaking ideas and things that are happening into a concept. Because you make the concept and you take the concept and you start to apply it to things. You say, you know, Chico has an idea. This is his concept. This is what he does. And you apply it and you win. And so at the time, some of the people that, you know, wanted to go to the side, they had a market. They wanted to sell some dogs and stuff like that. So whenever he wanted to be a real dogman, he was Corbino. Whenever he wanted to be a puppy peddler, he was a kennel. I had a kennel name. It was called Open House. A lot of people that follow me say, I've been following you since you were Open House. Yeah, I was living in America. It's used to be different times. And I remember one fool come and told me, so, man, you don't have a kennel name? I said, no. He said, you got to have a kennel name. And it was a bad influence, very bad influence. But at the same time, you know, we wanted to show dogs and do things like that and have some presence online and have a reason why I have my dogs. And I was living in Texas till 2008, and we had quite a bit of dogs in Texas. At one point, we had 170 dogs in the middle of the woods. And so I gotta have a reason why I have these dogs. I have a kennel and stuff like that. I was developing my bloodline. That's what I was doing. Developing these dogs today that are great pets to people. That's what I was doing. Developing those great pets. But it takes time. It takes time and efforts. The thing about it is that my purpose was not to be a puppy peddler. My purpose was to develop my bloodline and have these great dogs that I have today. And one day these dogs will become the best dogs in the breed. And they did. Became the best dogs in the breed. And I'm able to help great people that qualify to become dog owners, and they can have the dogs for themselves. So that's what it is. You got to have the right understanding. You understand? But kennels are going to be, you know, someone. And then people started using the name, like I see some guys like, oh, young dogman. Really? How could be young dogman? You could be young on your age. It's like two things don't make no sense. You know, it's like young master. All right. It takes 30 years to become a master. According to most experts on anything, it takes minimum 30 years. But you're a young master. So if you're a young master, you got to be at least 50 years old if you're a young master. I'm actually the young master, you know. But actually I am the young master. Started 18 years old. 30 years, maybe a guy that's 47, 48 years old and he has merits. Because to become a master, you got to have merits. You can just be a master by hanging around. This is a good talk with you guys. Good advice for you to understand. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making this content to help you guys think and understand. And then you go look around anything you want to, and you make your own conclusions. If you're smart, I'll see you on the other side. Chico Lopez, 123pitbulls.com.